Okay, good day everybody, and welcome to Drafting and Design with Mr. Cardinal. Today we're going to be drafting and designing this clock I found on the interweb. It is a Craftsman style mantel clock, so it just means that mantel clock means that it sits on a shelf or a mantel or a desk or something up high. It doesn't sit on the floor. It was designed by somebody at Lumberjacks. I don't know who it was, but I borrowed his picture or her picture or whoever did it, and I kind of guesstimated at the size of it, and I came up with this design here. So this is a 3D model that we're going to be drawing of it, and I think it's pretty close. We're gonna draw it, we're gonna build it, and then I'll tweak it if I need to tweak it. That's quite often what we do. There's not a lot of plans for things that I like to build, so that we've got to design it ourselves. So I'll be referencing these two pictures, or these two models, as we draft. So let us begin by minimizing those windows and starting up Sketchup. Should double click on it. It should start. Maybe I didn't double click. There we go. And press choose template. We're drawing in inches, so that's the top one, feet in inches. Press it and start using SketchUp. When it starts, you're going to be greeted by Chris and his green and blue and red lines. Those are our X, Y, and Z axes. And you also be greeted by some tools on the left or the top. Make sure you have the right tools on. So if we click on toolbars, you want the large tool set selected. If you have getting started, deselect it. Make sure large tool set, because this getting started is the one at top. We don't need that one. We want this one. And press close. Remember, when you point at something and zoom in, you zoom in by scrolling in. My computer just wants to think before we do that. So zoom in and zoom out. So if I want to zoom into his pocket, right? So that's important to know. Also, pushing down on your scroll and you can orbit. So we're going to just leave that kind of in its position and zoom in so that we're drawing. Chris is there for scale. So we know if we're drawing something big or small. Once we're done, once we've started the drawing, we'll delete Chris. He only stays with us for a little bit. Grab your pencil tool, that's this one right here, and click on the origin. You're going to drop the line on the blue, and it says on blue axis, type in 16, enter. Goes a little bit higher than I was zoomed into. Then we're going to drop it on the red, type in 2, press enter. You don't need to put the inch sign. Going down, you can either click on here, or you can type in 16 and press enter. That looks crooked. Don't like that. I'm going to press escape. I'm going to erase that line. To me, it looks crooked. I'm going to do it again. Something's funny with that line. Make sure I'm on blue. Okay, 16, press enter. I think that looks better. And we're going to start right here. Or end right there. So we just end from clicking from there to there. Now we have our little rectangle that we're going to be drawing the leg on. So to do that, let's start at the top. So I'm going to zoom right in, and I'm going to drop the line back on that blue axis. I'm going to go down 1.25. Press enter. Now it'll look like nothing happened, but in fact there's a green dot there, somewhere there. Oh, keep on skipping it. Now it's hard to see, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this at 1.25. See, it snaps to the green, and there's my dimension. You don't have to do that. I like it because then I know where to draw from. From that point, we're going to draw to the right, 0.75, which is 3/4 of an inch. Okay, now I'm still connected there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll out, scroll back into the bottom, and on the bottom left point, click. There's the angle that I need. Now I need to draw an arc here. Now it took me a while to figure out the size of this arc for it to work out, and I found out that if I draw a line from here down 23 seconds, so 23/32. in the bottom right hand corner, you can see I've drawn 23/32. Press enter. Now that line is, where is that? There it is. There's that point. I'm going to get my dimensioning tool, and you're going to notice that when I go to that point, where is it? Did I skip over it? Let's zoom in. It wants to tell me it's 3/4. Now my tolerancing might not be set right, so it might still be 22:30 seconds, but it's so close to 3/4 it's putting 3/4. But let's see if it works now. 23:30 seconds. So I'm going to get this tool right here. I'm going to click right here, and I want it to go over top that line. See how it's actually not over top. See how it goes when that line goes that purplish pink color? Click. Okay, press escape, and let's go look at what we did. Where is, oh yeah, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab the cursor, I'm going to zoom in there. So you can see it went over. That's okay, we want that. We're going to now delete or use the eraser and single click the part that went over. So if I zoom out, you'll notice that, you'll notice that this, if I zoom out far enough, you can't even tell that it's went over, right? So I'm going to also delete this line and this line. Okay, it looks pretty smooth. I'm liking that. The other thing I'm going to do is delete this line and this line and this line with my eraser. And there you have it. What a great time to save. So let's go File, Save As. And on your desktop you should have a folder. Now I don't think I did make a folder for this computer, but make sure you pick your folder. So if it's desktop files, why don't we do a folder? Why don't we do a folder? We'll right click on the desktop, go New, Folder, and we're going to call this Mantel Clock. For you though, I want you to put your name on that folder. Don't worry about this Mantel Clock, that's just for me. You put your name and the date. Now when I go back into here to here, I can now save it in that folder. I'm going to go File, Save As, click on Desktop, look for that folder, your name, and I'm going to call this Craftsman. Is it Craftsman or Craftsman? I don't actually know. That's a good question. I wonder if it says in this. Nope, doesn't say. That doesn't matter that much. So let's just call it Craftsman. Where were I? There I was. Craftsman Clock Model. There you go. And we're just going to continue saving as we go. So there is our first piece of wood, but it's just a piece of paper right now, right? So let's push that with our push-pull tool by clicking on that, clicking on this, and we're going to push it. See how we can pull it or push it? I'll go sideways so you can see. And I'm going to push it, let go of the mouse, so push it in that direction, let go of the mouse, and type in 0.75, enter. And now we have a board that's 3/4 inches thick. Okay, let's draw a few more pieces here. Let's draw this top board that comes out this way. What would you call that, a rail or a stile? Click on this point right here, drop it on the red, and type in 5, press enter. Now, go down on the blue, press 1.5, and enter. And now on the red, 5, and enter. We're going to go over here now, and we're going to go down 5, press enter. Again, you don't have a point, you just, well, you have a point, you just got to find it. That little green dot, that's midpoint. 5, there we go. So we're going to go on the red axis, and we're going to type in 5 again. We're going to go down 1.5. I keep on wanting to say 2. Now that's not right. See how it went that way? So sometimes it goes the wrong way. I was supposed to be going down on blue. Not a big deal. Going to grab that eraser, get rid of that, try again. So click on there, go down blue, 1.5, and back on green till it hits edge. And then on the bottom, we're going to actually go up 3/8 of an inch. So if you look on the model, you can see that it's not right on the floor there. So going back to here, we're going to go up, so drop the line on the blue, type in 3/8, enter. Now there should be a green dot, there it is. We're going to now from that green dot, we're going to grab our pencil, drop the line, again type in 5 and enter. This time we get to go up 2 and then back. There we go. It's coming along, the letter E. Okay, now. Well, we have some options. Why don't we push-pull these? Nope, let's not push-pull them yet. Let's do the bottom here. Let's put that arch in here. Now, let's remember, I think it's this tool. Let me double-check before I tell you for sure. Yep, that's the one. So, this tool right here, it is called the 2-point arc tool. If you click on this point with that 2-point arc tool, and you click on this point, and then you go up, it's going to tell you, ask you, how big do you want that radius? Okay, so this is where you type in 0.5. And that's a 1/2 inch. So now we can take our eraser and click on this. And now we can take also, I'm going to fit to screen here, and you can see that Chris is still here, kind of creeping on us. Let's delete him. Okay, that way, when I delete him, just click on him, press delete. When I go fit to screen or zoom extents, I get everything that I've drawn, and I'm not worried about Chris being there. Okay. Push, pull those 3 so that they're 3/4. Now you have 2 options. You can go like this. You can push it, type in 0.75 and enter. The other option is you can go to the other side. You can just grab it, pull it until it's on point or on face, on edge. See, I can just pull it, and there you go. Now I don't want to redraw this part for this side. Oh, look at the bottom. See how this goes hollow? This is very common, very typical, happens all the time. Just click your pencil and redraw one of the straight lines, and it'll go solid again. Okay, back to what I was talking about. Let's take and copy this to the other side. I don't want to copy the 1 1/4, so I'm just going to delete that with the eraser. Get the cursor and make sure you're in this position, right, like, oh, straight on. We're going to get stuff we don't need, but that's okay. So we're going to draw a box like this. Make sure we get everything we need. We're going to copy and paste it. You can go edit, copy, edit, paste. I think it's under here. Yep, there it is. I only use Control-C and Control-V. So now that I've got it selected, I go Control-C, and then I go Control-V. And it will draw, I can drop it anywhere over here. I want to put it into clear space. If you get something that you don't need, delete it. Like for example, these points here, I don't need those, so let's delete them. Single clicking with the eraser, because if you drag with your eraser, you're going to delete things that you might, that you might need. Okay, so that needs to be grouped and flipped. So grab the cursor, we're going to draw a box around it, right click, and where's that group? Group. There it is, make group. Now we need to flip it. So we're going to right click and flip along the, I'm thinking it's going to be the red. Yes, good guess. So that's easy. We didn't have to redraw the whole thing. Now to put this to this point, we're going to introduce the move tool to you. I'm not sure who we are, but I am. So I want this point to be at this point. So to do that, I'm going to take and get my move tool, which is this one right here, and I'm going to click on this point right here and move it from point A to point B. And there you have it, the face of the clock so far. Not the whole face, but I think we've done enough that we can save it there. File, save, or Control S. Now, let's fit to screen. We're going to be making 2 copies of this, but what we're going to first of all do is draw the sides, and then we'll just copy it from one to the other. Now that's part 1 of this 2-part series. I'm going to stop there because I've got to go pick up my youngest son from swimming. So let's stop there and rejoin me in part 2.